Hello there, good evening, and welcome to the 11th Annual Life Commitment Dinner in support of the Dr. Peter AIDS Foundation. I'm Gloria Makarenko, and it is my great honor to be with you all on this beautiful part of the world, the unceded territory of the Coast Salish people, the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations.
We also want to acknowledge the ancestral lands on which you are joining us from tonight. I'm Fred Lee, and we are absolutely delighted to join you for this very special life commitment dinner. Tonight, thanks to the world of COVID, the advice of Dr. Bonnie Henry, and the magic of technology, we're coming to you from various locations, and of course, practicing safe social distancing.
Hello, way over there,
Hello,
Fred. Hello, way
hello.
over there.
Like most things in 2020, this is going to look a little bit different than what we did pre-pandemic. Rather than a large-scale gala taking place at one beautiful home, we are hosting a series of interconnected micro-galas.
And our little micro gala is on Granville Island right now, so a little party of two. Nice to be with you all. Now, you know that the Dr. Peter AIDS Foundation was created as a response to help some of the population who were hit hardest by AIDS. And as part of the response to that pandemic, AIDS activists invented safe sex, or at least they reinvented it.
And now here we are in the COVID era. Whoever imagined that safe sex would mean wearing a mask? And tonight, in response to this pandemic, we're practicing safe fundraising. The annual cost of running the Dr. Peter Center in 2020 is about $9 million. $9 million. And tonight, with your help, our goal is to raise $500,000. $500,000 to help cover those costs.
So keep your eye on that goal and do your part to reaching that goal, because your help is vital here, because fundraising makes up a big part of the Dr. Peter Center's budget. Now, they have managed to remain open during the pandemic. They continue to serve their participants 7 days a week. Of course, there have been increases in costs to help them achieve this. We need your help tonight in order to maintain this level of care.
It truly is amazing, Gloria, the feat of keeping those doors open to serve those who really need the care at the Dr. Peter Center. So for all of us, here's our chance to do our part. We have a few ways for you to give tonight. We have a raffle. Please buy a ticket through the Dr. Peter Center, the Dr. Peter website. They are only $200 a ticket with 100 tickets available. Your odds are very good. Sales close at 8 p.m., so please head to drpeter.org to buy your tickets now. We also have a silent auction, and I know there's been some frenzied bidding. Bid now and continue to bid often using your cell phone or tablet. Please head to givergy.ca/lifecommitment2020. And then, of course, there is the Fund a Cause. The program, which is really near and dear to my heart, we will be taking your pledges tonight through Givergy or from your host. Okay. And please, whenever you feel inspired to do so, please give.
I can't wait. You're going to rev up the engine
I'm
a little
ready.
bit later.
I'm all ready to go. I'm all ready to go, Gloria.
I can feel the energy coming already. Okay, we have a message now from our Life Commitment Gala co-chairs who have worked so hard to bring this night together.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us this evening for this year's 2020 Life Commitment Dinner.
Your support means so much to us, and we're going to have a fabulous night, so welcome.
Thank you so much for participating and being part of this event. Without your help, the Dr. Peter Center would not be able to reach the people in the community that so need their support.
The Dr. Peter Center provides stigma-free, comprehensive harm reduction care for those most impacted by HIV, AIDS, substance abuse, mental illness, and discrimination. The Dr. Peter Center has remained open this entire pandemic, and we're just so happy that there is a support system available to those most in need.
It provides a day program for people that need to drop in, a food service program, and education opportunities, as well as a 24-hour resident program. Without your help and participation, all these resources are at risk, so thank you so much for tuning in and participating tonight.
This year, the Dr. Peter Center needs to work even harder to raise money to support the most vulnerable in our city. We've gone through this unprecedented time, this pandemic, and it is more difficult than ever to raise funds. So please participate, bid high, bid often, and help us raise money to support some of the most vulnerable in our community. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you. I don't know about you girls, but I am ready to put on my party dress. I finally have somewhere to go tonight. So thank you very much for joining us, and have a really great time.
Thank you so much for participating tonight. Have a wonderful night. Again, thank you for everything that you're doing for the Dr. Peter Center.
We'd like to start off with a very special thanks to all of our generous sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, Nicola Wealth, whose leadership team is watching with us tonight. Thank you for everything that you're doing this evening to make every day and every evening at the Dr. Peter Center possible.
And a huge thank you to Shoppers Drug Mart on Davie Street and Whole Foods Market. And thank you to Bench 1775 for bringing the fine wine this evening. Way to go,
Cheers,
1775, that's important.
And last, but certainly not least, we need to thank our raffle sponsor, Monte Cristo Jewelers, which has been creating and designing original handcrafted jewelry in their Vancouver workshop since 1978. Tonight, they have provided us with the opportunity to win a pair of luxury Omega watches, the DeVille Tresor and the Omega Diver. If you haven't done so, get your tickets now.
They are so beautiful.
Yes.
Good luck to you. Okay. And we do have a special surprise for you. We are now going to go to celebrated actress, playwright, and fashionista, Colimia Sparrow, who was at the Dr. Peter Center earlier preparing for tonight's gala. Nicely done. We're glad you're participating safely in tonight's event, Colimia. We can't wait to check in with her a little bit later on. Now, you know that Life Commitment is the Dr. Peter Center's major fundraiser each year. And for the past 11 years, it has been held in the home of Lorne and Melita Siegel. Just look at that. Its exclusiveness and intimate setting have made it a long, long running success, more than a decade there. Just look at some of those images. It makes me sad. Remember when we used to meet with people face to face, Fred?
We will return, rest assured. Lorne and Melita, thank you so much for your ongoing hospitality. I know you and your family are watching tonight, and those photos just bring back such wonderful memories, the generosity. I know I've been there for the last 11 years.
11 years.
You may have missed one, Gloria.
I missed a year because I had laryngitis.
Okay.
So I wouldn't have been able to host or speak or anything. Otherwise, you know
Yes.
I would have been there for sure. At any rate, we are all here tonight, at least virtually, in our own spaces. And I know that Lorne and Melita are watching right now. They miss being able to host the event at their home. We miss you. We look forward to seeing all the Siegels, including Joe and Rosalie, next year.
Now, I am excited to let you all know that we have $100,000 in matching funds. That means that for every donation that you make, up to $100,000 will be matched, and you will get a full tax receipt for your donation. We just want to thank those individuals, the foundations, who have made this match possible. Thank you for not only showing up, but stepping up. Special thanks to Pamela and Dave Richardson and their family foundation, John and Claire Nicola, ITC, Nicola Wealth, Shannon and Chip Wilson, Tassan and David Sung.
That is incredible.
Yes!
A round of applause for all of that support. And the matching funds is great too, because it's like you're giving double as you're giving. So I think this is amazing. I can't wait to see what's going to happen tonight. So Fred, why don't we get to our first fundraising total for the evening?
Yes, that's a great idea. You have already demonstrated your generosity in spades. Thank you to all those early bird donors who have already made contributions through the various online opportunities or digital opportunities. It is our pleasure to announce some of those gifts right now. Mitsubishi HVAC, $8,000. Jane and Ken Masonville Phillips, $4,000. Make some noise! Rockstead Power, generously stepping up, $30,000. Mark Sherling and family, $5,000. David and Wendy Lanfear, $2,000. We have an anonymous donation of $3,000. Thank you. Dr. Fraser Norrie and David Clark, $2,000. And we just got another anonymous donation, $2,500. Truly amazing. With the sponsorship totals, the matching donors we've just announced, and some of those very generous early bird donors, everyone, we are already at the beginning of this show at $273,000. That is already more than halfway to our goal.
All right, you said we're aiming for $500,000.
$500,000. Gloria and I really wanted to be invited back to the Seagull home. So please, please, help the Dr. Peter Center meet and exceed $500,000 tonight. I know we can do it.
I know, but what a great start.
Yes,
Thank you all so much for everything you've already given and what's yet to come. So let's take you back now to one of our bubble locations where our fabulous roving reporter is on the scene. Over to you, Ms. Sparrow. Well, Lemia, thank you so much. And Michelle, thank you for sharing your story this evening as well. And no, I know that I have mentioned this once or twice, but I have been involved with the Dr. Peter Center for many years. I knew Dr. Peter Jepson-Young when he brought us his personal and innovative AIDS diaries every week on CBC television. That was in the early 90s. That series was so amazing. It was nominated for an Academy Award. I was there for the groundbreaking behind St. Paul's Hospital. I was there for the opening of the Dr. Peter Center in the West End as well. And when it was launched, I don't know if you realize it, but the Dr. Peter Center, it changed the world. It continues to be unique in North America as well. And the same way Dr. Peter helped remove the stigma for people with AIDS, this center, it removes the stigma around people seeking treatment. They carry a wide array of complex conditions. HIV/AIDS, of course, is difficult enough to cope with. And now imagine if your life is compounded by mental illness, substance use, poverty, discrimination. This is called a chaotic life. Well, the Dr. Peter Center provides a true holistic approach to working with their participants. It's an approach that includes healthy meals, a safe place for socialization, support, and the staff at the Dr. Peter Center are phenomenal. But really, we all know, anyone who is connected with the Dr. Peter Center knows that the heart and soul of the center is Dr. Peter's mom, Shirley Young. Here she is.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Peter's mom, Shirley, and in spite of the COVID pandemic, it's a gift for me to be here with you this evening to honor a dream, Peter's dream. Gloria and the CBC shared Peter's journey as he let people across Canada and around the world see the face of a pandemic. I've often said I gave birth to Peter, but the CBC gave birth to Dr. Peter. Peter was only 29 years old when he was first diagnosed with AIDS. It was 1986. He spent a month in hospital on life support, and it seemed unlikely he would survive his hospital stay. Thanks to Dr. Montana and his research, he did survive and lived relatively healthy for another 4 years until he lost his vision. Soon after, he decided to share his story on CBC TV and tell viewers that he was gay and had AIDS. It was very risky in '86. I feared that viewers would not be accepting, but thankfully they were. And Peter and his trusty guide dog Harvey soon became very popular with viewers. Peter ultimately did 111 diaries before his death. A documentary entitled The Broadcast Tapes of Dr. Peter was nominated for an Academy Award. Before his death, he established the Dr. Peter AIDS Foundation, its purpose to provide comfort care to people living with HIV/AIDS. While Peter's story and the center have inspired more organizations like this around the world, it is still one of a kind. It is still essential and unique. Most of the center's participants have needs more complex than just HIV. Many struggle with mental health issues and addiction. Tonight, Bob and I celebrate our 66th wedding anniversary. God, I believe the 66th anniversary gift is a precious gem. Bob and I have been blessed with two precious gems, our daughter Nancy and Peter. I ask you to please donate to the Dr. Peter Center. Your support is desperately needed, especially during this pandemic. Every dollar will help with the marvelous work they do to transform and save lives. God bless and thank you.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness, Shirley, 66 years. Everyone raise your glass, and here is a toast to Bob and Shirley, 66 years of marriage. That is amazing. Congratulations.
Happy anniversary, Bob and Shirley.
You know what she would say? She would say, my dear heart, dear heart. That's what she says. She's got so much love in her, and she knows all of the people who come to the Dr. Peter Center regularly. She knows them all by name. She knows their stories, their backgrounds, their history. And in the pre-COVID time, she was always ready with a hug. She was always ready with a hug.
I miss her hugs.
Yeah.
She literally is the heart of the Dr. Peter Center. And we're just delighted that Bob and Shirley are able to share their anniversary with us, and they're viewing from the comfort of their home. I can think of no better gift for those two than for us to not only meet our $500,000 goal tonight, but to exceed it. So please, if you are looking for an occasion or a reason, how about for Bob and Shirley? Please consider buying a raffle ticket. Bid up those silent auction items, and of course, please consider making a donation.
Do it for Bob and Shirley.
Yes,
I
to
love
Bob and
that.
Shirley. Cheers.
Wonderful. Okay, now we know that BC has been a global leader in dealing with COVID, but while British Columbians are faring a little better against COVID than most areas of the world, our death rates from drug overdoses have been horrifying. I mean, this year, 262 people have lost their lives to COVID. More than 1,200 people have succumbed to overdose. Now, the Dr. Peter Center is in the business of protecting people from HIV, from COVID, from other medical comorbidities, all the while implementing multiple successful harm reduction strategies. Now, the community they serve is high risk by any definition. HIV, mental illness, substance use, immunocompromised, and like all of us, they are dealing with daily stresses of these uncertain times. And like all of us, the participants need a place where they can be accepted as they are, find connections, tend to their physical and their mental health. And the Dr. Peter Center is that safe place. And thankfully, the Dr. Peter Center has not had one case of COVID, nor have we lost anyone to overdose in 2020. I'd love for you to watch this video to learn a little bit more about the Dr. Peter Center.
The Dr. Peter Center is a place in our community where people with HIV can come participate in family-like setting where they can get nursing care, they can get meals, art therapy, music therapy, recreation therapy, and a place where they feel accepted. So that's through our food, that's through our art services, music, recreation, pet therapy, really making sure that all aspects of a person's life are acknowledged. The people who are here often have really been medicalized, have experienced poverty, have experienced racism, prejudice because of HIV.
Basically, it saved my life. When I got diagnosed, I resigned myself to dying a slow, horrible death. Subsequently found out about the Dr. Peter Center and relocated myself to Vancouver. It's not just a place where I pick up my meds. I mean, I do all kinds of things here. Like they have day trip programs that they take us out on, karaoke once a week that I take part in, provides me with a meal program that makes sure I get my proper nutrition.
I'm a fairly active person, yeah, and I like to do things. The staff is wonderful. As soon as I arrive, they are really welcoming you, so you feel like being in a second home, yeah, so that's what I like about it here.
We want to look at the whole person. We want to look at how they are doing mentally, physically, emotionally. Are they getting enough to eat? Are they have medications? Do they have outlets for recreation activities such as music, art? Food is an integral part of what we do because it nurtures people on a very basic level, gives them enough energy and strength to deal with issues that are going on for them. The ultimate result of the Dr. Peter Center is sending people out into the world who are healthier and more able to cope than they were when they came in.
What I envisioned when I was first diagnosed turned out not to be the case at all. With the positive diagnosis, you're always aware of it, it's always in the back of your head, but it's easy to lose sight of that because it's like you're not sick. I couldn't have had that without being able to come here.
People should support the Dr. Peter Center in order to enable us to continue what we're doing and improve our services, to enlighten people's day, improve their wellness, and continue to create the unique center that we have.
They just make you feel like, you know, you matter.
It's truly incredible the activities and therapies the Dr. Peter Center provides. It's a remarkable place that we are lucky to have right here in our community. Okay, people, we are getting closer to hitting our fundraising goal. You have been keeping our volunteers behind the camera incredibly busy. Looking at what has already been bid on through the silent auction, and of course, all these additional donations. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
We are at a total of $379,000. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know Bob and Shirley are jumping up and down. They're celebrating. Everyone should be celebrating wherever they are watching us. We want to thank some of our most generous donors right now. Jennifer Bibby, $15,000. Melanie and Eric Semlocker, $2,500. Keep them coming. Colin Cox, $2,000. Novus Entertainment, $2,000. Oh, and two of my most favorite people, Christy and David Garofalo, $5,000. I can only imagine the beautiful dress that Christy is wearing, and of course, David, you are always dapper. Thank you so much. And we got another $30,000. Is that right? $30,000 from an anonymous donor. Yes, you can remain anonymous. Just keep those donations coming in. It is truly, truly incredible, the response. And of course, we want to invite you to continue to support the Dr. Peter Center. As mentioned, you can still bid on the silent auction items. It doesn't actually close until 10 p.m. tonight. So if you want to watch the show first and then get in there with your bids, you're allowed to do that as well. You know you can do so on your cell phone, your tablet, givergy.ca/lifecommitment2020. I'm just looking at my volunteers. You are responding. Thank you. I just want to quickly share with you 3 of my top picks, if you have not already noted. Of course, there is that lazing on a yacht, valued at $7,500. You get to work with one of the city's premier caterers, the Lazy Gourmet, to create your perfect cocktail party for 15 people on a yacht, traveling around our beautiful city. And of course, you can use that package whenever you feel it is safe to do so, and of course, with Dr. Bonnie's blessing. Of course, there is the Whistler Winter Getaway for 8. Didn't it feel a bit like winter today? I just love those fall colors. This package is valued at $9,000. It's a luxury premium package that includes a stay in a newly renovated 4-bedroom. Yes, I said 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, contemporary Whistler condo. It's located at the base of Blackcomb. You'll get a private behind-the-scenes tour of one of my favorite museums, the O'Dane Art Museum in Whistler, with the director and chief curator. You'll also receive 1 copy of this beautiful coffee table book, Masterworks from the O'Dane Art Museum. Of course, you're going to have a private dinner for up to 8 people, and it will be prepared and served in your home by a chef from Quattro and Caramba. And finally, you will also receive 8 passes to Valle Lumina by the Adventure Group. And if you've not experienced this, it's a multimedia night walk in the forest. And it's just a short drive from nearby Whistler Village. Definitely get your bids in. Finally, for our cognac enthusiasts, and I know there's been some frenzied bidding already. Michael, I hope you're going to bid this one up. I know you know who I'm talking about. It's the 1865 Corvair Napoleon Champagne Cognac. It's valued at $4,000, and it is literally known as the brandy of Napoleon. And it's aged 80 years in cask. It was bottled in 1945. It would make a welcome addition to anyone's collection, or feel free to gift it to Gloria and myself, and we'll have it tonight.
Sure. We've got the champagne going. We've still got some
Yes,
wine.
what about
That's
some
good.
cognac?
Bring it on.
And last but certainly not least, the Fund a Cause. You will be invited to place your donations tonight if you haven't done so through Givergy on your phone, and I'll be back shortly to run that part of the evening.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can just tell you're just
I'm ready.
ramping up.
I
You're
mean,
just ramping
it
up.
is
That's good.
amazing already.
Okay, so before we start our Fund a Cause portion of the evening, we're going to take you back to Walimia Sparrow, who is now ready to meet another very special guest. Thank you so much, Walimia, and thank you to Tassan, to John and Nicola Wealth for that incredible additional support. Now, I understand that is above and beyond the commitment that you already made as a sponsor. Thank you. That is truly amazing and truly appreciated. And now we know this has been kind of warm-up time for Fred. This is the time we've all been waiting for. Over to the inimitable Mr. Fred Lee.
Thanks, Gloria. Everyone, it is now that time for an important part of the evening, as we ask for your support. This is tonight's Fund a Cause. This Fund a Cause will provide funding to critical life-saving programs at the Dr. Peter Center. They are open 7 days a week, offering almost 74,000 meals a year through their food program, provide medical care, art and music therapy, and most importantly, a place to come together and create a community of acceptance. As we heard earlier this evening, even during a pandemic, the doors at the Dr. Peter Center were open. Please consider now opening your hearts and opening your wallets. Guests at home, we invite you to go to givergy.ca right now, givergy.ca/Life Commitment 2020, and please make your donation. Our volunteers are standing by. Go to the menu button on the top left-hand side and click Fund a Cause. This truly is your chance to make a difference. Again, as we have shared with you, our goal tonight is to raise $500,000.
How much?
$500,000. I am going to invite everyone to give at 4 levels: $20,000, $10,000, $5,000, and $1,000. Of course, you will receive a tax receipt for the full amount of your gift, and 100% of your donations goes directly to the Dr. Peter Center. Of course, you will benefit come tax time, but the Dr. Peter Center benefits starting tonight. As well, we want to remind you of some very generous match donors that have stepped up with a $100,000 match. There are angels, Pamela and Dave Richardson and the Family Foundation, John and Claire Nicola, ITC, Nicola Wealth, Shannon and Chip Wilson. Chip, I see you got your name on that cognac. Tassan and David Sung. Let's thank them again for their match gift. What this means is your gift will have twice the impact thanks to our matching donors, our angels. A special thank you again to a number of individuals and organizations who have already pledged their support for the Dr. Peter Center. We've acknowledged many of them throughout the evening. Please consider to make your donation now, anonymously, or I am more than happy to shout out your names. Are we ready?
Woo-hoo! Ready.
Okay, are my volunteers ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's begin with $20,000. Let's remember the Dr. Peter Center works annually with more than 450 of the city's most vulnerable. They self-fund almost all of their therapeutic services, such as counseling, art, and music therapies. Do we have any donations at $20,000? Yes, we got a donation of $20,000! Absolutely amazing! They wish to remain anonymous. Absolutely. Thank you so much. $20,000! We are off to a great start. Anyone else who would like to make a gift at $20,000? Wow, that truly was amazing. Thank you.
And you're off.
And we're off.
Fun running.
Our next level is $10,000. $10,000 will provide 2,000 meals at the Dr. Peter Center. This is essential to the well-being of all of us and essential for those living with food insecurity. Do we have any gifts at $10,000? Yes! Tim and Aaron Knight, $10,000! Yes! The Joseph Siegel Family Foundation, $10,000! We know the Siegel family is watching, so thank you to the Siegel family. Oh, Susan and Sarah Evans, $10,000! Amazing! Any other gifts at $10,000? Yes, ITC at $10,000. You can't see our staff, but they're writing it on blackboards. Oh, and apparently they're handing them to me as well. We have another $10,000 from Jessica Hussein. $10,000! Amazing! Do we have any more gifts at $10,000? Get your donations in now. All right. Our next level, $5,000. Who would like to support the Dr. Peter Center at $5,000? Any donations? Yes, we've got one at $5,000. Thank you to, her name is Judai. Thank you, Judai. $5,000. Do we have any more donations? Yes, we do. Okay. Oh, Martin Thibodeau. Thank you, handsome. $5,000. Make some noise. $5,000 from Keeber Jackson. $5,000. Any others at $5,000? Anybody else? We have a donation of $4,000. I'll take it. $4,000 from John Wilson. $4,000. Oh, thank you very much. Martin Thibodeau, not only are you handsome, you're extremely generous. Our staff have shared, our volunteers have just shared with us, he's not only giving $5,000, he's decided to give $10,000! That is amazing! Thank you! Jillian Dixon and Morris Ergas. I hope I got that right. $3,000! Make some noise! That is amazing! All right. Do we have any more at the 5,000 level? All right, I'm just checking with my volunteers. All right. May I go forward? All right. This has been truly amazing. Finally, who would like to support the Dr. Peter Center at $1,000? $1,000 will provide 200 meals. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. We have $1,000 from Dave Mowat. Make some noise, everyone. We have $1,000 from Bob and Shirley Young.
On their anniversary.
On their anniversary. Thank you, Bob and Shirley. What do you say to Shirley all the time?
Dear heart.
Dear heart. Dear heart. Thank you. $1,000. Christina Brown, $1,000. We've got BC Housing. They come in at $2,000. We have an anonymous donation, $2,000. We're running out of space on that whiteboard. Bijan Sani, $1,000. Thank you so much. Craig Langdon, $1,000. Thank you. Michael Barker Fife. Thank you, handsome, $1,000. Paul Gross, $1,000. The Riley Foundation, $2,000. Jonathan Fowley, $1,000.
Wow.
Malcolm Hedgecock, $1,000. Oh, we got more. Melanie Semlocker, $1,000. Peggy Govan, $1,000. Donald Hayes, thank you, $1,000. Ronna Mavis Elliott, $1,000. Dagny Evanoff, $1,000. Truly amazing. Make some noise. I just want to check, do we have any more donations at $1,000? Keep them coming in. We're happy to announce them throughout the show. Please, everyone, give yourselves a big round of applause. Of course, you can give at any level, any amount. No donation is too big or too small. So on behalf of the Dr. Peter Center, on behalf of all of our volunteers here tonight, thank you, thank you, thank you. Not only for showing up, but for stepping up. The incredible support you have displayed tonight, wow. So while I catch my breath and while we continue to take your donations, maybe I'm going to go for a drink or two. I'm going to turn it back to Gloria Makarenko.
Wow, Fred Lee. That is amazing. When you say wow, Fred, I mean, I've seen you in front of live audiences. I've seen you in front of 1,000 people. But when you can bring it to our small mini party here and you bring that same kind of energy and you still break a sweat.
Yes.
And that is
I can
awesome.
attest. I am sweating right now.
That was pretty exciting.
That was fantastic.
Volunteers, a round of applause
Yes.
for the volunteers back there as well.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
You've got another donation.
No.
Oh, no, that's
No.
Oh.
This is where we are right now. This is truly amazing.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
We're almost speechless. I'm speechless. Everyone, right now, currently right now, and we know you still can buy raffle tickets. We still got the silent auction going. We are at $539,586. We have now surpassed 540,000. Our good friend Lauren Horner has just donated $1,000. We are at $540,000. Make some noise!
Isn't that fantastic?
Wow.
Happy anniversary to Shirley and Bob.
Here's your gift, Bob and Shirley. That is amazing.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming through on that. That was just amazing to watch. Great energy there. We have all been fans of the Dr. Peter Center for so many years, and to see your generosity tonight, it's truly inspiring. I know that the team is going to update things before we say goodbye to you, but while we're waiting for that final total, and again, it's not really final because you're always welcome to go online and add a little bit more to the pot, but wow, just to surpass that 500,000, that's sweet.
Yeah,
it's sweet.
It's more than sweet,
It's
yes.
awesome. Okay, this is the moment that many of you have been waiting for. The raffle draw. That's right, we've got all of your names in here. This is the exclusive raffle items provided by Monte Cristo Jewelers, the pair of those dazzling Omega watches. Are you ready? Okay, I just have to make sure you know there's nothing up my sleeve. Okay, we're going to open it up. Everything, nothing stuck in there. And the winner is Ken Hamlin, ticket number 5. Ticket number 5, Ken Hamlin. Congratulations to you. And thanks to all of you who bought tickets for this amazing prize, and to Monte Cristo for the donation as well. So the Dr. Peter team is going to contact you next week and arrange getting those amazing watches to you. But wow, what a gift. That's amazing.
Ken Hamlin, congratulations. Wear that well. Another longtime supporter of the Life Commitment Dinner. Wow. Once again, just a reminder, you can still keep raising money for the Dr. Peter Center by bidding on that silent auction. As we've mentioned throughout the evening, that auction does not close until 10 p.m. Perhaps like ourselves, you're catching your breath from the incredible display of generosity. We are at 540,000 and counting. So please consider making a donation. Please consider to continue to bid up on all those fabulous items and experiences. Can't say enough about this incredible team that Gloria and I have had the pleasure of working with, this small but mighty army of volunteers who have really helped make this such a pleasure to be part of. And with all of that, it is now our pleasure to give the final words of the evening. I'm sure you'll all be celebrating afterwards. From the chair of the board at the Dr. Peter AIDS Foundation, please welcome Joy Jennison.
Hi everyone. On behalf of the Board of Directors and the Dr. Peter Center, we are so honored to have you here for this very important evening. The Life Commitment Gala has always been so close to my heart. It was my first exposure to the Dr. Peter Center, and that evening profoundly touched me. And now, 7 years later, as the board chair, I'm so very honored to be a part of an organization that helps so many. When I reflect on the past year, I am humbled at how the foundation supported our participants throughout all of the uncertainty. For me, compassion means more than empathy and understanding. It also means action. And tonight, your wonderful generosity and action allows the Dr. Peter Center to continue compassionate care for people living with HIV/AIDS, complex medical issues, and more. This event would not have been possible without you, all of you, here tonight. Thank you so very much for your support, and have a great evening.
Wow, Joy, thank you so much, and to all of the volunteer board members who give their time in support of the Dr. Peter Center. Thanks to the executive director, Scott Elliott, and the staff at the center, Jualimia, the production crew. Wow, that just feels like it just went so quickly. Amazing. No, I know that you still have a lot more to your evening, but it's been such a pleasure for Fred and I to be involved in some way in such an amazing, amazing event of fundraising. Did you have a final total or?
Our current total is $542,000. Thank you, everyone. You are all angels, and we honestly could not have done this without you. Even in a pandemic, you've all stepped up, and this will be one for the books. And on that, I just want to say thank you. It's been a pleasure co-hosting, Gloria.
Always a pleasure working with you, Fred Lee. Keep bidding on those amazing auction items. Who's going to take home the cognac tonight?
Oh, I don't know. Mr. Wilson, remember, we're without cognac right now.
What a pleasure. You have lots of evening ahead of you. Thank you for being so supportive tonight.
Thank you, everyone, for being so generous. Stay safe, be well, and have a good night.
Cheers.
Cheers.